that is being implemented by people themselves in free time, free from work, understanding the importance of information that enables one to develop the most positive and the best qualities in a person, and to transform our society from consumer format to a creative one. In our studio there is Sergey, Elena, and Christina. And today we would like to look at such topics as game of professionals, informational technologies in creative society, original YouTube channels and people who run them, as well as people in creative society. Just yesterday there was a game of professionals in IT technologies in creative society. The broadcasting was in 11 languages. Both technical support and translation interpretation was done by people in free time from their work. This conference covered the topics about how the technologies can help us to build a creative society and what technologies are used now. You can watch this video on YouTube channel, and right now we would like to invite participants, Sergey and Elena, to our studio. Greetings. Hello. Hello. So it's curious how you were preparing for these conferences. What did it feel like to take part in this conference? So please share. Well, as being the host of the conference, I surely felt responsibility because I needed to visualize the whole picture of the whole conference and how to be more fluent and clear for people. So we, together with Stas, try to do this, but during the preparation we became so much friends to one another. We talked a lot when calling Skype and during the preparation, and everyone actually understood what the other person was going to put forth, what idea. So everyone brought his or her own particle to make this more inspiring. And during the conference itself, during the game itself, when I felt that another person forgot something, there was felt really great help from other people. So we were hosts, all of us were in this or that way. Sergey, as for you, what were your feelings? It's interesting that even during the preparation there were a lot of understanding and insights how we as society can transform from consumer to creative format. Before that I had a kind of like a misunderstanding of lack of understanding of how it can be, but during the preparation we understood ourselves for what we want ourselves, and IT as an instrument, as a tool of achieving our goal, in which way it can help. So the participation itself surely was very interesting, and as Alona was saying, I confirm it totally. During the preparation we actually became friends, and the process itself was very entertaining. It's great. The conference was very interesting. It was quite curious to have a listen and to look. During the conferences you said that the technology itself should be used to fill the information field with positive information, and there are a lot of viewers of our today's program, and thanks to these technologies a lot of people can watch this positive information too. So as participants of AllatRa, I actually create their own YouTube channels and generate the positive examples. So by their own example, they do it. So I would like to add that it's very great actually to have your own YouTube channel. It's making descriptions, making titles, hashtags, doing translations. There is a lot of work and that is out of the screen. Right now we have Germany with us. Oля, are you with us? Hello, can you hear me? Yes, yes, sure. Yeah, I would actually like to say that it is not so long ago that I took part, became a participant of AllatRa movement. Actually, it inspired me greatly to do something for other people. So I had an idea that actually can be of help, like taking part in translation, so it can be helpful for someone, since I live in Germany. And I took part in translations, in voiceovers, and it enabled me to learn a lot. And when I do this work, I realized that there's so much responsibility on me as a translator to translate this or that word in such a way that to convey to the true knowledge to, in my case, German-speaking people, so that this person would feel and realize that it is so much important for him or her. So a great work is being done with translations or to pick a picture or a title of a video that would be caught by other people's intention, so that to so many participants understand the responsibility that they have, and we as a team, closely tied team, we try to help each other as much as possible, and as much as possible to share this information, this truthful information towards to the world, to fill the information field with positive examples. So the more the better. And surely we should do this in a high quality manner. So that's what we do. Kind of like that. Thank you very much. Olishka, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience. Now we have Natalia, who joined us. Natalia, what would you like to share with us? So my name is Natalia, and I would like to share the experience of creating a YouTube channel. I've just started doing this, making video logs. So one of the participants of AllatRa made this inspiring step to create this video of Let's Check the Matrix, and so that's a great initiative to share what inspires you, share your experiences, and to fill our information not with like kittens, cats, but something useful. What can be applied actually in creative society. So these are first steps, are at some way problematic because I need to be closely attentive towards myself to step over so-called I cannot do it, and step by step the person learns to understanding what he actually wants or she wants to create something positive, something that should be done in creative society, how it should be. Thank you very much. We wish you luck on your way, and we believe that everything will be fine and you will be great. So right now we'd like to share the video, share experiences of Matej from Slovakia. Hello everyone.
Ak to krátko povedať, tak v podstate ja som chcel proste pomôcť. No a keď to
In
rozvinú, tak
short words, I would like
chcel
just
som pomôcť v podstate kvôli tomu, že mne táto myšlienka tvorivej spoločnosti
to help, and
proste bola pre mňa zaujímavá vždycky od
to be more precise, I actually wanted to do something that would help in creative society.
Spoločnosti, kde je priateľstvo, kde je pomoc, kde je úcta medzi ľuďmi, kde je podpora.
So I believe that everyone would like to live in a society when everyone supports one another, when we're friends. And therefore, I actually strive for it during my whole life. In my work, a lot of time I spent on YouTube learning, and I understand that YouTube is a very powerful tool. And it has great potential. So that's why I actually tried to help using this tool, YouTube, to spread the knowledge. So I met people who actually worked in this direction, and they showed me what to do and how to do it, and we started doing it, and it's going to work. It's working. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing with us. I believe we, in this or that way, we encountered, we have witnessed that everyone is helpful in any project, any program. So there's kind of like this creative process, sharing ideas, even learning how to work in this or that program. So this process is very interesting. So we would like to say that thanks to regional channels, a lot of people get to know about AllatRa TV and the AllatRa movement, and they actually got inspired and they share their own videos. And we have such an example from Venezuela. Alexander, can we put this on, please?
Hoy quiero compartirte mi experiencia de cómo conocí el movimiento AllatRa, qué me hace permanecer en él y qué beneficios he obtenido en lo individual, en lo familiar y en lo social, además de lo espiritual, por supuesto. Conocí el movimiento internacional social AllatRa por los videos. Luego me enamoré de los libros, el libro de meditación, el libro de Anastasia, los libros del Sensei y así por el estilo. Su enseñanza ha sido fundamental para mi despertar espiritual, no solamente para mí, también para mi familia, amigos, vecinos, conocidos y alumnos. Como profesor en funciones, me esfuerzo por poner en práctica en mi vida diaria los conocimientos AllatRa, de amor, bondad, paz, por supuesto, reflejando felicidad y una actitud positiva ante la vida, siempre con una visión espiritual. Eso le enseño a mis alumnos. Como profesor en funciones, siempre el eje transversal de mis enseñanzas hacia los alumnos son los valores morales y espirituales. De tal manera de que como grupo en Venezuela somos multiplicadores de los valores AllatRa. Como representantes íntegros buscamos la manera de estar creciendo, de estar mejorando, de estar aprendiendo, de intercompartir los conocimientos, los aprendizajes y las prácticas espirituales. El amor AllatRa es una práctica que salva vidas, no solamente figurativamente hablando en lo espiritual, sino también en lo físico. Saber y entender que esas voces que hablan de nuestra conciencia, que muchas veces nos incitan a lo malo, no provienen de nosotros, no provienen del bien, sino que más
Hello friends, I speak to you. This is Alexander.
que busca nuestra destrucción, incluso nuestra aniquilación y desaparición como sociedad.
This is Alexander Alicia de Garcias. So
lo repetimos, lo internalizamos y lo entendemos en el grupo AllatRa Venezuela. AllatRa, muchísimas gracias por compartir los conocimientos.
Today I want to share my experience of how I met the AllatRa movement
La paz, la benignidad nos den gran paciencia,
and the experience that I gained by joining the AllatRa movement. And I'm using not only the knowledge that was given in my life, and it's also for my friends, for my family, because and for my students as I'm a teacher. I try to put it into practice in my daily life. These values that cultivate AllatRa are love, patience,
Hello, can you hear us?
human values, and spiritual values, which is more important. And naturally,
Hello, we'd like to share good news about that. The participants of Great Britain got united to create a common YouTube channel. So we are taking interviews and we are making opinion polls of the local citizens, and we are spreading it on internet. And this experience showed us that just notwithstanding where you live or just what culture, we have different kind people, responsible people, and the topic of creating, of building a creative society is appealing to everyone. And the more we get together, it just inspires us to share the knowledge, the primordial knowledge from the books by Anastasia Novick. And it is said in AllatRa book that it depends on each and everyone, that the more you spread the primordial knowledge, the better the world will become. And so everything depends on those who have heard and who got to know this knowledge. Very much. Really, mass media plays a very important role in building the creative and constructive society. And we have participants from Belarus who have their own YouTube channels and who would like to share their experience. Participants from Minsk are on air right now. I would like to share our experience and like to say that that YouTube channels creating is very interesting process, and it's quite really an interesting project. And because in fact there is a whole team behind this, and each member of the team has his own job, and together we get a wonderful product. And like, you know, we are communicating behind the scenes, and so we have a team which, for example, gets information about culture or about the project, the futures now. It's really all very inspiring. And or like making videos, you know, or photo makings, motivators, it's all very interesting. And someone just does from within his heart the description to the video or the video itself. And then we, when each of us does his own part, then as a result we have just a wonderful outcome. And we are getting united in such a way. We create and do what we can, and we just do what we love doing, and it's really very exciting. And just out of my experience, I would suggest making the opinion polls, for example, in Great Britain, different events, and we ask people questions, and people respond very joyfully. They are just surprised at such questions, and even one person came up to us and asked, don't you want to take an interview from the ambassador, Belarus ambassador in Great Britain? And sure, we would like to take such an interview. And here, and it's really this experience is very inspiring and rather interesting, and it helps us to get united, and so we can see that we really can get united and live happily. Right? I give now the floor to Khmelnytsky city, Ukraine. Hello, dear friends. I'd like also to share our experience. We were also taking interviews from the citizens of our city, and as the guys from Belarus have just said, people respond very enthusiastically to such questions about the creative and constructive society. And it's quite an interesting experience being a journalist. And of course, we asked these questions sincerely smiling, and so the people responded to the same way. And we just got an understanding that mass media, we also asked these questions about what kind of mass media should be in the creative society. And we raised the questions of what true love is, what true spirituality means to people, and what are the true values in a person's life. We believe that such questions, they are very important to be asked more and more often in our society. And the participants of AllatRa IPM, what we do actually, we just spread this wave, information wave, positive wave throughout the globe. And please say bye. The you can hear us, right? So it is very important to spread positive examples, because mass media it really forms the common opinion of all the people. It tells people what to wear, what to eat, and mass media actually it creates the information field, right? So we shouldn't underestimate it, but just take an advantage of today's mass media and create our own one, positive information field. If you just direct this information to again, if you direct the information to the positive things, then how much easier it would be to live for us. So when a person sees a positive example, then he gets kind of he wants to repeat this. It could have been explained even by the mirror neurons according to the neurophysiology, and people just imitate the other people's actions and behavior and views. So like positive behavior becomes already accepted by more and more people, and we see the work of these mirror neurons, how they work. So the more creative and positive examples are in our society, then the more these mirror neurons work in each other's in each person, and each person, the more each person would become kinder, humane. So our suggestion is let's create more and more positive examples. Indeed, I agree with you, because it's very important to see positive example. Talking about positive examples in the creative society, I believe it's very important to base on the knowledge, primordial knowledge, presented in the books by Anastasia Novak and in the programs with the participation of Igor Mikhailovich Danilov. And to be more exact, I would give an example from 2014, when I worked in an organization. It decided to spread negative information and to give just to study. The organization expected people who would met with this information be kind of tolerant with it, but the problem was that such examples they got multiplied, and I just saw it with my own eyes that what was just weird. At the end of the working day, when you spread this negative information and you just have a look at your inner state, then it's really horrible. So, and another point is that when you spread positive information, and when you demonstrate the best qualities of a person, such like examples of self-control, self-discipline, and it really inspired people and me as well. I believe that it's very important for people who just have made up their minds to connect their profession with spreading information. It's very important to spread positive one. When I ask myself what kind of society I would like to live in and to see, so I can compare with this society which we are living now. So I just wanted to think for myself, what's the difference? So what can I do? When a person takes something with responsibility, then it's automatically what information he spreads, then what this information might give to the other people. Of course, mass media is a tool. It is the tool which we use, and doesn't matter. But this care of each person that we are together, we are all building the creative and constructive society. And when all of us have the same common goal, then we live it and we do it just through our work and with taking care of each other. Then this information comes to the other people, and people see these examples. So it all works. So it turns out that each person is a part, is a member of the whole society, and it brings something good into it with love and care, and we put all our efforts into building this positive society, then more and more people might join this process. And it's just not kind of you want to do it, but you can't live without doing that. And we have another participant from Colombia.
Hola, buenos días, soy Rodolfo.
Меня зовут
Buenos
Рудольфа.
días, ¿me escucha?
Меня слышно, да?
Hello,
Окей,
hear me?
хорошо. Это очень приятно участвовать
It is really
в таком
a great pleasure to participate
в таком мероприятии, как
in
это.
such event.
Можем прекрасно разделить наш опыт, наши
Where we can share
чувства.
our experience and feelings.
И то, что реально было мой опыт, когда я присоединился к
And
AllatRa,
my experience was when I connected to this movement, AllatRa movement.
во-первых, очень
First of all,
воодушевило, потому что
it
очень
inspired
много
me
информации, которая
really much.
была как бы скрыта,
A lot of
она
information which were hidden,
реально она открылась для меня.
it was revealed to me.
И очень важно сейчас говорить об этом обществе,
And now it's important to
которое
raise
мы
such
хотели бы
topic
жить,
about a society in which we want to live in, which we want to achieve.
Это очень мое участие в проектах
And participate in
очень
the
обогатило мой опыт.
projects. When I participate in the projects, it's
более ясно видеть качество общества,
make a more wide experience and show the quality of society and implement my dreams how to live in such a creative and constructive society.
и, например, снимать видео,
I participated in
делать
projects,
фотографии.
for example, to make a video or
Это мне
to make
позволило как бы
pictures.
переоценить очень многое
It gave me an
из
opportunity to
моего прошлого,
reevaluate a lot of things
моего
from my past,
миропонимания,
from my
такими простыми вещами,
understanding.
общаясь с людьми
It
с
seems
общими
like
взглядами, с такими
simple
взглядами, как у меня,
things, but
мы реально можем
when I
достичь
communicate with people,
этого общества.
I
И
understand that
наоборот,
we can achieve such a kind of creative society indeed.
если мы не будем постоянно обмениваться информацией,
And if we're
постоянно
gonna constantly
делиться друг с другом, мы не
share
сможем
with each
достичь
other
этой цели. Это очень
to exchange the
важно признать
information, we can
важность
achieve our
средств
goal.
массовой коммуникации, как
We should realize the
это
importance
раньше
of mass
интернет.
media, of internet.
Это прямая взаимосвязь с миром.
It's a direct instrument to
Прямая и
communicate,
очень быстрая.
and it's really effective and fast
Сейчас,
instrument.
когда мы имеем такую платформу,
And now,
AllatRa
when we have such a
TV,
platform like
такая
AllatRa
платформа,
TV,
которая настолько много возможностей имеет помочь людям,
which has a lot of opportunities to help people,
помочь людям в этом, именно в самом процессе познания,
to help in the
и
process of
помочь
knowing, cognition,
очень большому
to help
количеству людей
a lot of people
переоценить
to reevaluate
свой именно персональный опыт,
their
свой личный
personal
опыт,
experience
и как бы проецировать его на опыт многих людей.
and to
Там
compare it with the
тоже,
other people
тоже
experience.
это очень важно, что информация о том,
It's really
о
important.
каких-то физических да, необходимостях тела, и также о
The information about
этой
people's needs,
духовной части
as well
каждого
as
человека.
physical one, but the most important is
Именно
spiritual
это
one.
отличает проекты и
Exactly
AllatRa
this
TV
component
в том, что
differs
она
AllatRa from
обретает
any
эту
other
часть.
kind of organization, because we point out the importance of spiritual, to develop spiritual component of a person, that it should be in the first place when creating constructive society. It's important in creating new format of society. It's important when a person starts to share from the inside, from inner, shares their motivations and new discoveries. For example, I would also want to draw attention if, for example, it's simple form to share some information about food. If some part of the world have lack of food, they don't have enough of food, they have simple basic needs. Even in such example, creating of such application, where you can see such things, we can solve such problems in really short time, where you can see which parts of the world is need some food and you can send it to them. Also, I would like to say that it is a really important point of awakening, people's awakening. It's not only people's interest is awakened, but as well the feeling, the need to give, to share with others is also awakened in people. That's why I'm really grateful to the AllatRa movement, AllatRa projects, and those participants to which I'm communicating. Also, I participate in the project Signs of Time. What we achieve in this project is really important. Only thanks to the constant communication. And I want to wish to all friends from the AllatRa movement to be more spiritually developed, to share these messages throughout the world, and to be filled with it, to fill the space with love and creativity, and all this good what we have. Greetings from Colombia. Thank you very much for sharing your understanding and experience. I would like to touch upon the topic of creative society. Everyone has their own understanding of that. But we have such an examples of projects, except AllatRa TV project. There are also examples when people in ordinary life, they try to put the information in a good, kind way. For example, in Belarus, I can draw such an example of mass media, which talks about simple people, professionals, and tells about them, how they are, regardless their professional, they just live by their conscience, help people, open themselves, and just bring the good into this world. And when you read about such people, you feel with this good. It is really interesting. It is on the inner level which a person lives by, he implements it in his life. And of course, when you feel it inside, you put it in your words and deeds. And it doesn't matter which profession a person has. The role of profession, it's not that important. Everyone who lives by their conscience, it's brings something good into this world, and this world is filled by goodness and love. When you are filled with this, fulfill the affirmation, I would also want to mention the projects which are implemented in the AllatRa TV platform, which are examples of creative and constructive society. It's an example of mass media in constructive society. The programs with participation Igor Mikhailovich, AllatRa News, it's a game of professional, and all fields of activity which they implemented. No to violence in the family and society, it is road experiment and climate breaking news. And it's interesting that in our realities, such maybe complicated moments, they always add how you can find a way out from a complicated situation, how you can breed goodness, and to fill your life with love, how you can help other people. And even complicated news you can bring with positive basis, and this exactly creative society. The people of art and live folks, about people who share their experience, and even with this several minutes when you see this, watch this video, you got fulfilled with the slide which person shared. Everyone who showed this video, who did edits, and every person who was involved in creating the video put some part of him. Social surveys, Islam as a religion of love, AllatRa physics, signs of time. There are a lot of projects on the AllatRa platform, and you see how much mass media can be different. Every one of us puts something into it and fills it with the light and goodness. And I would want to mention a last program which was released on AllatRa TV, Spiritual Path, Philosophy and Reality, and our friends from Moscow wants to share their insights.
Thank you very much, Minsk. Can you hear us well? Yes, okay. Hello, dear friends. We are very happy to see everyone in here. And actually, thank you for your great examples, for your participation. It is very great to see you all. So I would like to talk a little about yesterday's conference. We also took part and watched it. There's a lot of informative moments of sorts that it is so great that so many people join, and they join efforts to create this creative society, and the potential of people could be seen. We have a great resources to create. We have every person can find his or her own place and put in his or her own effort. So the great impulse towards action was the program with Igor Mikhailovich Danilov. And actually, in every example, there is a great understanding and not to step aside, how to understand yourself, how to understand other people, how to live as indeed a human being. And right now with our studio here, participants we are currently in the Moscow Coordination Center, and on our behalf, we would like to share our understanding and vision. So there are Svetlana, Marina, and another participant also will join us. So we have this positive example of interaction with the mass media. Participants on their places, they do act, they share experience, they gain skills, and I would like to ask how they see this creative society and what actually indulges them to work. So Svetlana, please, you're working with newspaper. Could you share with us? Hello, I would like to talk about the newspaper Good is Where You Are. This newspaper was designed as it was actually published in other countries, but in Russia in 2018 it was first published, and at the end of the year there was already issued the first publication, and the geography expanded a lot, surely. It is spread in various languages around many countries. The last one went to South America and Africa. And first of all, when we actually made decision about making this project, starting this project, and start publicizing this newspaper, so we actually wanted to pass the pure knowledge without distortions. Surely there are the portal AllatRa website, AllatRa TV, books of Anastasia Novых. We have not a big team, but everyone has his or her own responsibility. But in any case, it's teamwork, and it's working together. It's not that only one person is responsible for only a certain part. It's also mutual helping each other. But for most of all, it's spiritual work on yourself, because we understand more, we in our work we feel it with our inner love. And I would like to say that what can give us this newspaper at the moment, and the last project about the creating the future is now, it is very necessary that each person whoever can be can touch this topic, he could receive the pure knowledge, because there are a lot of articles, a lot of videos, so every person could at least getting this little information, he would be able to understand more and to take part in building this creative society. So this is one point. Another important point is that there are a lot of guys who work in various projects and interviews, and for this it is necessary for every person to have this newspaper with him or herself, because even putting it on a table when filming a video, it's also kind of like an advertisement, and people actually start asking questions, what is it? And usually these conversations are very interesting. So this is great that people who take part in it, they share it with the world. So, and another point I would like to say that it's not that we publish the newspapers not very often. Surely it's not only because we are volunteers and do it in our time for work, but we actually have this approach that every issue should be very actual. So when we are making, for example, another issue, a current issue, we had to review it because it should be in line with the new project that was just started. So we are always happy to new people who can approach us and work together. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is really interesting experience. And besides newspaper, there is a multitude of projects where participants take their part. And in our studio we have also several girls who are involved in the project. Daria, for example, is involved in the AllatRa Radio. Dasha. I would like to say that this project in Moscow was started just this year. Just before the new year, we decided to have this group call with the AllatRa Radio in Kiev, and so that they could share their experience with us. So we do voiceovers of citations of quotes from Anastasia Novik's books, also some videos. So this is a great amount of materials and information to deal with. Surely there is a lot of interaction going on, and it just cannot unnoticed that it cannot be unnoticed that there is a friendliness and so closeness towards one another, because during this interaction, and I would like to actually sincerely thank every person who takes their part in AllatRa project. Thank you very much for spreading this knowledge. Also, I would like to ask, what urges you to take part in this? What inner enables you to do this? AllatRa Radio is very interesting always, but it seemed that spreading of information just some negative information, for example, is spreaded very quickly, but when you're dealing with AllatRa projects and trying to spread creative information, you feel that you're fulfilled with this love and warmness, so you just cannot not share. This fills the space with inspiration, and you see that people who take part in it are becoming more bright and more joyful, and this is great. Thank you very much. Another point is what Daria also said. It is very important for oneself to be responsible and to fill this space with positive information. When you do this, other people also take part in this, also resonate with this. Anya, for example, also takes part in AllatRa Radio in voiceovers in Spanish languages, and she does translations in Spanish. Anya, so could you tell us what questions open up people more? Which questions, which topics are more actual in mass media of creative society? Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. I would really like to share this because it's a great joy when you find true journalism. When you thought that it was one way, but it turned out that it can be otherwise. It's not just some dreams, it's real, and it's very simple. It is indeed creative journalism, and you understand that journalism cannot be either creative or non-creative. It must be creative in the first place. It's its goal, because we talk to people about love, about peace, and this is most important things. And you realize surely people open up on these topics, and they are very actually joyful to talk about it, because these are very important topics, instead of just simple idle talking about problems, instead of just being sad about something, but you can find the solution and find this together. And we do find it together, and it's really great to do this jointly. So it is very great to be thankful and to be part of this creative journalism. And I have this gratitude towards people too who also resonate with this, even though you are speaking with them in different languages and spoken multitude of projects, but you understand that doesn't matter which language the person speaks or which country he's from, because you're talking about most valuable things, and you speak it in inner language, which is a common language for all people. It doesn't have any borders. It dissolves all borders. It enables to make this communication in a completely different way, and it is true journalism. And I believe that any real journalist actually dreams about being such a journalist, to be part of this kind of journalism. So this is very great that we have such a creative journalism right now, and it's and it's a part of creative society. So any project on AllatRa platform, AllatRa Radio, AllatRa newspapers, any project which is done by participants of AllatRa movement, it has the part of creativeness in it. And this is, therefore, we are forming this creative society right now. This is our future. Actually, it is now, today now. Thank you, girls. Thank you for sharing with us. We have witnessed that AllatRa project is actually a dream of all people, of 7 billion people, of real journalists, to get rid of patterns, to get rid of mindsets, and put our efforts into a creative flow. So when you ask questions about what's common in us, what we would like to do all together, and every person, yes, answers yes, I am a human being. I would like to live in peace with everyone, regardless of nationality, of political affairs. So there is an understanding that everyone wants peace and everyone wants to live like humans. So I would like to refer back to the videos with Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, actually to all of them. I have this great thankfulness towards the spiritual world, out of which we have this source of knowledge, source of true information. And it is vital for us not to it's vital for us to share this information further on, so every person finds a truth in this, an understanding, and everyone actually witnesses this. So I would like to put on the video. I would like to give a real example of true love and true joy of the videos with Igor Mikhailovich Danilov. So please,
убрать иллюзию, убрать эгоизм, гордыню.
if we may take a look.
Взглянуть на себя, на те мысли, которые приходят. Кто тебе это рассказывает, друг мой, и зачем? Вот просто, действительно, честно подойти к себе. А первое правило — это какое?
Честность.
Честность на духовном пути. Прежде всего по отношению к самому себе. И вот тогда все становится на свои места.
Москва, спасибо большое, было очень здорово вас послушать. И мы хотим поблагодарить всех гостей, которые сегодня присоединились к нам в студии, которые присоединились к нам из других стран, городов.
We'd like to thank all the guests and participants. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. Creative society should be like, and the role of mass media. Thank you, really. And all the questions that you might have, please write on the address that you might see on the screen, or info at AllatRa.TV. Thank you really very much, and see you next Sunday. Please join us. And today we might also have in half an hour a breaking news a live broadcast. So please stand by and feel good. All the best.